Well, hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of the ASP Connection podcast. Really excited about today's episode. Got my friend Alex Rocheleau on with us. Alex is with Russel Tool Die, located in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. So you're right up there in Patriot country, Alex. How are you feeling about Mac Jones as the new quarterback there at the Patriots team?
A little bit of a rebuilding year, but I think he's got what it takes to make it in Patriots land. He's got the gumption, so we got to give him some more targets to throw to, and we'll see where they go from here. But I think he's pretty promising.
Yeah, man. I think you guys got a good one. I think
Yep.
it looks promising to me. But yeah, thanks for taking time to hop on the podcast with us. To get going, Alex, if you could just share a little bit about Rocheleau Tool Die and your all's company and maybe your role there on the team.
Absolutely. So Russel Tool Die is a family company. I represent our fourth generation. We're extrusion blow mold equipment. So we manufacture and develop the extrusion blow molding machinery, automation, and molds. We also run a production facility that manufactures plastic containers for most of the dairy industry and beverage industries. We supply a lot through the Northeast and even beyond there. So my role is managing the production facility.
Okay, cool. And you all are relatively new All-Star members. You joined earlier this year.
Yep.
Can you share a little bit about, what led to your team deciding to join All-Star?
Yeah, so unfortunately, it was a little bit of a frantic look around as the resin markets tightened after the freeze in Houston. Actually, by another All-Star member, we were recommended to reach out. We ended up touching base. And from there, you guys had the supplies, but what really locked us in was just the commitment and dedication that we felt throughout the whole process. You guys handle business much like we try to handle business with customers, and it was a great experience.
Good. That's awesome. I'm glad we were able to step in and help you guys out there. Now, this past May, you attended and represented your company at Connect 21, which is our annual convention that we do. Can you tell a little bit about, for the listeners tuning in that may not have been to that event before, just what that event looks like and maybe what value your team got from attending?
Aside from the beaches?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It was the format was just well thought out. It was an overwhelming feeling of being welcomed. So it was family oriented, very casual. The whole convention you were just able to connect. I mean, we can't go over that word enough. We met with so many different people and walks throughout the industry. It was such a value to our team. We left motivated, rejuvenated, and looking to support the industry in a better way.
Good. Yeah. And believe it or not, Connect 22 is just around the corner.
Yeah.
We're going to be in San Diego this year, and it'll be this coming March that we'll be there. Again, for someone listening that maybe hasn't attended before, or it's been a while since they've attended and they're on the fence of if they should, go to the convention or not, what would your advice be to them?
I think for us, we just had such deep connections, friendships, and business opportunities come from this. It's hard to beat. You don't know where it's necessarily going to come from, but the whole experience and the exercises and work groups that you break out into at one of these conferences has been valuable. The different perspectives you can gain throughout this and the people you meet, it's hard to put into words, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's always, every time I go, I make connections with new faces and new business opportunities. And also just, it's just good to see one another face to face from time to time. So, yeah, definitely agree. Ton of value in attending. But to wrap things up, we've been, asking each of our guests this on this episode or on these recordings, what's something, whether it's professionally or whether it's personally, what's something that you've been thankful for lately?
Well, first and foremost, just super thankful that family, friends, and our team members have been healthy throughout this all. We're an essential business. Our doors never close. So we're super thankful to be busy. We had fantastic years. And honestly, the opportunity to help fight against COVID, some of our plastic products were put into the medical fields, beverage fields. That's an overwhelming amount of pride that we felt as a company. Other than that, just getting back to normal. I think everybody's feeling that way. The holidays should feel a little better this year. Friends and family, it's such an important part of everybody's personal growth and realize how lucky we were to have that all that time.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's great. That's awesome. Well, Alex, hey, I appreciate your time, man. Thanks for hopping on with us.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thanks, son.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of the ASP Connection podcast. If you heard anything that stuck out to you that was especially interesting that you'd like to learn more about, reach out to us via email at podcast@allstarpurchasing.com. We'd love to continue that conversation with you. For general company updates, this podcast is a great place to start, but also make sure that you follow us at All Star Purchasing on LinkedIn. We post regular company updates there as well. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.